Right guys, this is part 2 of Saturday's video. Basically, it was going to be way too long and I'd have just bored the pants off you. I probably do anyway, but there you go. Right, so what we're going to do here in part 2 is we're going to take you over into the growing area. We're going to plant some seeds, lots of them. We'll give you show you around inside the brassica cage. I'll give you a look inside the treehouse. The windows that we done on the treehouse with the Velcro, and we're going to plant a couple of trees and bushes. Anyways, you'll see that very shortly, guys. Right guys, we're over in the brassica cage. Just give you a quick look in here. So we got these planted out on Monday evening. Basically they needed to be in, or we just would have lost them completely. How they'll fare in here we don't know. All we can do is wait and see. But they already look much healthier, much better. They got the one watering when they went in and that's it. But we've had lots and lots of rain and thunderstorms like everybody else. So these ones apparently are kohlrabi, although they look like kale to me. I don't know if I've got some labels mixed up. And these are kale. They look the same to me, but I've perhaps got my labels mixed up. Let me know, does kale and kohlrabi look similar leafed? I've never grew kohlrabi before when they're at this stage. So that's apparently kohlrabi, 6 plants, and then we've got 6 kale in there. Then we have some Swiss chard. It's a rainbow chard, I think it is this. You can see the different colours, and we've put 6 in here. Then we only had 3. It's pointless. We had 3 rocket, but as you can see, they're going to flower already, so we're going to pull them out now. Oh dear. Now they didn't have flower on when they first went in. So they've developed that just since Monday. So we've lost them. No rocket. And then we've got perpetual spinach. And I think we've put quite a few of these in. 3, 6, 9, 12. So we've got 12 perpetual spinach. And then we've got 6 rainbow chard in there. Moving on, we've got these well spaced out, and all we've put in here is broccoli. So we've got 2 there, 4, 6, 8. So we've put 8 in this bed. And then on this side we have lots of lettuces, mixed red and greens. So we've got the red salad bowl is the red ones. And the green ones, I forgot to put the label in, but the all year round ones, I think they are. Yep, I think they're the all year round ones. I need to find the label, but I'm pretty sure that's what they are. That one looks like a rogue. It doesn't look like a lettuce to me. We'll leave it a little while, see how it comes on, but it's not looking like a lettuce. The last batch we grew, we got one like that as well. Looked nothing like a lettuce. Maybe a bit of wild seed got in with them or something, I don't know. Anyways, so we eventually got them planted out, guys. We'll just wait and see now what happens. Will they make something or will they not? Am I too late? Let me know in the comment sections below. That's basically our makeshift door. We just sealed it all off the top. Rolls down, it comes much wider than the doorway. Weighted lump of 2x2 on the bottom, a brick up against it. Keep it closed. Just for now, guys. I'm seriously impressed with these onions. These are probably the biggest and best onions I've ever grew. And I done all these from seed. I see some people are actually starting to pull their onions now, but they are just and so starting to yellow on the tops, but they haven't fell over yet. So let me know in the comments section whether I should be pulling these now, guys. These are the red onions we grew as well. These oh, crikey, can't remember. I've got the label in there but I can't read it. I've got the bucket still. But these are red onions. Never grew red onions before. They don't look to be red internally, they just look like they've got that red skin on the outside. But again, these have all made out really well. There's very few small ones between them, quite a lot of big ones. So we're not going to drivel on too much longer, guys. We'll give you a quick look in our treehouse. As you can see, we're getting full, pretty full. I have decided that I am going to plant these in the ground, which is I'm going to wait till the next time I'm off, and then I'm going to cut the membrane out and I'm going to get the rotavator in here and prep the bed, and then we're going to get them in the ground. Then we'll get the membrane back round them, and then we'll get some bark chips over the top, give them a good watering in prior to putting the bark chips on, and then we're going to leave them to their own devices, guys, and let them go and find their own water. Likewise with our peach trees, lemon and orange. These lemon and orange, I'm not sure. I might leave these in the pots because these are full-size trees. They are on a supposedly semi-dwarfing rootstock, but you can see the height they're still getting these. They are now bushing out, and they've been stocking topped on the top. They've been cut off at the top, and these are just laterals. So these will want a bit of a thin out as well. We did lose our one orange on there. It fell off, basically, and dropped off. But not through lack of water, as you can see. We're getting loads and loads and loads of new growth on this orange tree. And I think we've got the watering just about right on these pots now. And we've been giving them citrus feed as well. As I think I showed you in the last video, that should be good for 15 days now. This particular peach doesn't look any different to the other two in spite of having that, so it's probably not necessary. And these will definitely do better in the ground. Seen people growing these in the ground in polytunnels in the past, and they do exceptionally well. It's just the heat factor we need to keep an eye on. As you can see, we've got the windows sealed back up again. I'll just give you a quick look at that before we finish off for the roundup, guys. So you can see I put the Velcro around, and you can see basically what I've done is we stuck that, it's sticky backed, and we stuck that to the lat, and then we've stapled it, especially at the ends to stop it peeling up. And we just put staples all the way up. Then what we done was we laid the second piece of tape, and we just stuck it over the top. We just stuck it over the top of that, and then peeled the backing off, and then we rolled our plastic down over the top to try and get it as straight as we possibly could. And it didn't turn out too bad. Not perfect, but it's got a really good hole on the back, and as you can see, it does work, guys, and hopefully you can hear from that. I'm having to give that quite a bit of a pull to separate the two, and likewise we've done the same with this one, guys. So what I was saying in the shed earlier, potentially what we're going to do, we're going to make two sliding windows, one to slide back that way and one to slide back that way, and we can roll this up. Then if ever these get blew out by the strong gales, these will still be closed and they'll be in a sliding frame, and potentially will hold any rain and the worst of the weather back if the wind does get under these and flip them up. This one here will probably just have one big 8-foot one that will slide back to the end of there. Yeah, that's the intentions, guys. Again, it's all work in progress, but just follow me along. So the first thing we've done is we've given the Brussels sprouts a haircut. So we can see in there now and got all the dead matter, all the dead leaves off the ground, so that we can get airflow through there. More importantly, water can get in there as well now. You can see that they are starting to put Brussels sprouts on. And like I said, I'm not bothered about the damage on the leaves, as long as the Brussels sprouts get left alone and we get a small harvest of some description. Yes, some may get attacked and get eaten, but we might get a handful off these. So basically, we'll give these a bit of a haircut. That's the first thing. And then we decided we had quite a bit of a harvest to do. So we're getting plenty of good harvests out of here, guys. I'm really impressed. So we've got leeks, French beans, dwarf French beans, tomatoes, 3 courgettes, and carrier bag full of peas. Now, if you remember, I planted my French bean, the only one that actually came up, way too soon. But as a result, and a gamble, I'm getting French beans now. Only a small handful, yes. But what I've done is I've stocked and topped these peas in this area because basically they were finished. Harvested everything we could off them. And to be honest with you, most of these are finished. But we'll leave them. There's a few more we'll get off there yet. We'll get another harvest. That, by the way, is our 3rd harvest of peas. And we are getting a few French beans on here, as you can see, guys. Now, I've decided I'm going to really push the boat out and I'm going to try experiment. It may or may not work. If we don't try these things, we'll never know. So the experiment that I'm actually trying, and we know it's way too late, should have been done last month. I've actually put in some runner beans, but I've direct sowed them. I've only put the 5 in. Only put 5 in and I've direct sowed them, and we'll just see what comes of them, guys. See if I do manage to get a harvest off them at all or not. We seem to have plenty of sweet corn on the sweet corn, and they all seem to be bulking out now and filling out. So hopefully, fingers crossed, we'll get a small harvest off those 4. I forgot to say we put some of these lettuces that was left over, and kale, I think it was, yeah, from the seed trays. We just dotted them in this bed. And as you can see, our 2 cabbages that's left are still doing remarkably well. They haven't gone to seed, touch wood, and they've still got a good heart on them. And we can just take those at leisure now, and then that's that bed finished. And it's ready with its next crop of kale and lettuces. This courgette has produced magnificently, and it's still got some on here. Now I might leave this one in here with the 2 Brussels sprouts just for now, but we're getting way too many courgettes, and I might leave this just a tad longer, and then I'm going to take it out along with all the peas and give myself some bed back here. But as you can see, we've got 4 or 5 little lettuces in here as well, but I'm going to pick those extremely early so we get the bed back. Right, so the next thing that we done was we planted some more seeds, and we've got red imposter onions again. That's the same as the big red ones we've got to harvest yet. Probably do that tomorrow. I'm thinking I'm going to get them up tomorrow. And we've put 4 rows of those in, but we're going to use those ones just as spring onions. So we'll just plant them in little clumps of 5 or 6, and we'll use them as spring onions. Then I've planted 7 dwarf French beans. I know it's late. Should have been planted last month, and been going in no later than this month. But I'm going to push it, guys. See what happens. Next to that, we've got 2 rows of spring cabbage going in, Durham earlies. Then next to that, we've got 3 rows, 2 in a cell, something thereabouts, 2 in a cell of the beetroot, Bold Hardy, ready for some more beetroot. And this is the pack we've been sowing from. So it's been quite time consuming, but it's not been hard work, and I've quite enjoyed it. Those turnips over in that bed, as you know, we planted 24 seeds, all 24 germinated, and we done that back in February. It was way too soon to sow turnips. However, we've been getting harvests off them for several weeks. So again, we tried it and it worked out. They're only small, but this bed here is a much deeper bed, as you can see, guys. So we've got the second batch of peas on the go down here now. And what I've done in here is we've put some more turnips in. And these are Swede, best of all. These were from Wilko, 75p, and you get hundreds. And what I've done is I've planted these, or sown these, the entire length of this bed. Now I've tried to space them out 8 to 10 inches apart, and occasionally some drop 2 or 3, but where I could just drop one I did. So we will just thin them out down to maybe 10 plants once they germinate and see what happens. And we'll probably only have 10, maybe 12 turnips in here, but you can see I deliberately made the line far enough away so they can bulk out and get a good size for winter. So that's just another row of food gone in there, guys. Second row of peas should be up before these get too high, and we should be getting a harvest off them. I've still got some options in there. However, the turnips, probably with hindsight, should have been further back and get something in the front, because they will grow quite tall. Excuse me. But we can perhaps dot our bunches of spring onions right down the centre of there when they pop up, if they pop up. We've still got some onions in here we can harvest as well as spring onions, and some of them have bulled up quite nicely. These are the ones we've already thinned out once that were spring onions, and you can see we're going to get some sizable ones, and we've still got some spring onions. So yeah, as you can see, it works, and you're just increasing your harvest, guys, so I'm pleased with that. Strawberries have got some runners that have took now, so we'll cut the runners and we'll harvest those as well, and we'll put them into pots. But I'm really thinking I'm going to harvest these tomorrow, guys, these onions, and get them out. They're a really good size, but I don't want them to go back on me. So I'm thinking I'm going to take them now while the going's good. I don't want them getting allium leaf minor or anything like that, or where they go soft. I can't remember what they call it. Is it white rot or something? Don't want them going soft. They still seem to be nice and firm at the moment, and I'm thinking I'm going to get them while the going's good. But what I have noticed on one as well, which has made me swayed the decision, is I am now got one leaf here that's badly eaten away, and I'm going to take that off just in case that is allium leaf minor, because I don't know. Anyways, another one here, look. There doesn't appear to be anything inside of the leaves. Right, I've babbled on way too long, guys. That's basically what we've been. Oh, last thing, we've put a full row of Autumn King carrots in down here, and then we've put 2 rows of Early Nance 5 carrots, just 2 short rows. Those other carrots grew really well in this bed. This one is fairly deep, so we'll just get a small harvest out of them. I'll be happy. We also planted now the 3 variety tree into this bed, and we've put in the dwarf cherry bush in here as well. Or rather, it's not a dwarf cherry bush, they only grow 6 feet high, and that's it. Naturally they only grow 6 feet high. So that's a cherry bush in there, guys. And one last final thing I want to show you before I go. Sorry for the quick movement on the cameras. I'm just going to show you this. So these are, we've got a dwarf pear, and as you can see, we've now got buds on the dwarf pear. At least 1 green bud. 2. So that's alive. Then the apple, the dwarf apple, next to it, is we've got lots and lots and lots of leaf on. But then we've got the pear behind, which has got nothing on it. There's still nothing on the cherry, nothing on the other dwarf apple, and there's nothing on this cherry either. We'll leave them, you never know. We'll leave them and just see. It is late in the season now. Whether they're just going to take a lot longer to bud out. I just wanted to try and get some leaf on them so they can start filling out and basically see what survives and what doesn't, guys. Right, babbled on for long enough. Time to go.